position. And away they go. Crime Victim just seemed to peck or take an awkward stride out the gates, is about 4 lengths off early, and Sweet Preserve tailed off. Early stages, a line of 4. I can tell you Spring Fling is using up a lot of energy on the right-hand side. Keelan Dynasty just keeping him out. Ideal Jewel and Cruz Giovanni. Spring Fling, Plan B, just to settle in behind the top trio. Impact Zone, he's going to love the speed early. He slots onto the rail 5 lengths off them. Then we drop further in the running. Crime Victims made a length or 2. At this point in time, Roy's Flash is a dozen lengths off the leaders. Trying to improve position, Chestnut's Charm, pay back the money. They're racing 9, 10 lengths off the leaders as they swing onto the back stretch. Further back in the running, number 1, King of the Corn, and that's racing 3rd to last. Samsonite 2nd to last, and Sweet Preserve's a long way off them, I'd say about 16, 17 lengths. By the far side of the course towards the 1200 metre zone, and Keelan Dynasty's taken a hold of the bit. Keelan Dynasty bounced away 5. Cruz Giovanni 2nd at the 12 peg. Spring Fling more relaxed 3rd. Ideal Jewel. Impact Zone's off the rail, racing in 5th position. Crime Victim is 6th. Chestnut's Charm 7th. Payback the Money's in 8th. Roy's Flash 9th. 10th position belongs to Samsonite. King of the Corners 11th. 12th and last is Sweet Preserve, and spots them still this 15 to 16 length start. Burning by the 800 metre peg, and there's no turning back for Keelan Dynasty's. Used up all the energy by 3. Cruz Giovanni 2nd. Spring Fling. Ideal Jewel. Impact Zone. Crime Victim still on the bridle. The black cap to the inside. 6 to make up. Reminders for Chestnut's Charm. Payback the Money also gets some encouragement. Roy's Flash. Coming to the final 450. Keelan Dynasty. Cruz Giovanni. Spring Fling. Crime Victim goes to the inside. Ideal Jewel. Spring Fling comes to Cruz Giovanni. Payback the Money. Impact Zone. Crime Victims along the inside at the 200. Impact Zone. Payback the Money with big strides is coming alive. Crime Victim the inside. Payback the Money now starts to inhale them the last 100. And this giant of a horse with Muzieni, giant strides to win by 2.5. Impact Zone, Samsonite, Spring Fling, Cruz Giovanni. Well, you got David and Goliath here. Payback the Money. He's a monster of a horse. And look how small Muzieni looks on him coming to the post, but they make a lethal combination today. So Muzieni jumps on Payback the Money, and they will get rewarded today. He enjoyed the gallop. He is off the bridle, and Muzieni let him rip. Impact Zone 2nd, Samsonite, Spring Fling, Cruz Giovanni, Crime Victim, Roy's Flash, and Ideal Jewel. They certainly didn't hang around over the 2400, and there you'll see Payback the Money comes to the outside, ridden to respond. Muzieni earned his riding fee, and the last 100 metres, he's a horse who's just going to get better and better. The further they go, the better. And as Dee said, the galloping track, Grable doesn't suit him, although he has won there. This is more his game. Back to the studio.
It's a good win here for Payback the Money, and I love the name, and he is a horse that Nathan liked from day one. I still remember when he shed his maiden tag with Donovan Dillon at Greyville. He's a horse that Natty enjoyed training back home. Nice to have Mr. and Mrs. Hughes on course here, Ruth and Ted. This horse races in Ruth's colors, so she'll be the first to talk before we chat to Ted. But let's have a chat to Natty. Nathan, the one thing I mentioned in my preview, and I don't know if you can agree with me, this track suited him much better than Greyville.
Yeah, definitely so, Deez. And plus the ground, you know, and also the pace. The pace is very important for a horse like him. He's such a big striding horse. He needs a good pace. The further they go, the better he'll get, I've always thought. So, yeah, I had a nice, I had a front run in there today, which is Keelan Dynasty, and set a nice honest pace, and his true colours comes to the fall then.
At Greyville, when he won, he also came from a hopeless position that day, and to win at that track, the short running was good, but he seems to be improving all the while, Natty.
Yeah, geez, you know, I was in two minds whether to put him away for like 6 months and let him mature a bit more and strengthen up. But yeah, I just had a chat to Ruth and Ted, and we agreed to go for this 2-4, and just thanks to them for all the support. You know, they give me a lot of support at home. I've got quite a few horses there, and hopefully we're just going to get better and better for them.
You've been around horses all your life. Have you seen bigger than him in your time as assistant trainer for many yards?
Size-wise, no, not many. But yeah, I have worked with some. I have worked with the best horses, obviously with Mark, and yeah, he's a nice horse. He stays well. And I just want to say thanks to the breeders as well. It's Mr. Null. I think actually Maritz Fontaine and Volgerbos Drift, he stood there and was born there. But thank you very much to all of them. Thanks.
Well, you've done well with the giant in your stable. Well done, Nancy.
Yeah, thank you very much. And just like I said, big thanks to my two owners here. Thanks.
Fantastic. Let's get Muzi in before we chat to Ruth and Ted. And what a wonderful ride by Muzi, and a great ride, Muzi. Firstly, I like to talk about the first, let's say, I don't know, how long is it from the jump to the first turn here at Scottsville?
It's probably about almost 400 meters.
400 meters. So the guys have enough time to try and jostle for position.
Yeah, it's a little bit tricky because you're jumping into the turn.
Yes.
So you can easily get caught wide. That's
Yes.
why sometimes we end up going a little bit faster because we're all trying to just give ourselves room and go into the turn, obviously getting a position without being trapped wide.
Where did you find yourself?
Well, I just made sure that he jumps, that gets a clean break. I think he's been costing himself not jumping quite well and get beaten a length and a half, 2 lengths, you know what I mean? If you don't jump, you can lose a race, even if you're the right horse. So I try to get a clean break, and Nathan done the honourable thing to set a pacemaker, because I wasn't actually not worried the flow of the race, even though he was a bit clumsy at the back. I just felt the race had rhythm. It wasn't a go, stop. So it played a lot into my favor. I even let the favorite come off the fence and get in front of me because the pace was really genuine. And I thought, I'm going to leave him to do whatever he wants, and then I'll ride him hard down the straight. And I think that's what done the trick.
The flip side to that, you got to go in slow, and it could have cost him.
Yeah, I know, but thank goodness, most of the time when you do have a stable companion and there's not much pace in the race and you do fancy both your runners, the honourable thing is to go a fair pace that will suit both horses, and smart call by Nathan.
I just want to see his record with you, Muzi. It's the first time you sat on him.
Yes, obviously I read the race card quite well.
Yes.
I probably focus more on my rides than other people's horses. That's why I don't know what goes on around me too much, but I really try to focus on the strength of the horse, and like Mr. Hughes says to me, Muzi, just make sure that he switched off the first half of the race and he comes with a strong finish, and I kind of put those things together and it worked out.
He's a useful stayer if the pace is on. I mean, he looks like a horse that will go 3,000.
Yes, definitely, and to the way he doesn't travel throughout the race, long distance will be ideal for him, and probably Greyville in an inconsistent pace probably cost him races.
Before we asked about the number, you got the right cap today?
Yes, 198.
Let's have a look at it.
It's 199. D's.
199. You're 1-1.
I'm always a step ahead.
Yes, so. But your target was 200, and you're nearly there now.
Yeah, your jockey's giving us a hard time, but such is the game. But to the owners, Mr. Hughes, to every owner that's given me opportunity this season, it's been beautiful. Thank you for the support.
Well, you got Kimberley tomorrow.
Well, there's trouble, but to winning form, thank you very much.
Well done, Moose. Lovely. Let's get Ruth and Ted in, and come through, guys. Ruth, I mentioned ladies first because he races in your colors.
Yes, indeed.
And today, well, how was the mood?
I was nervous, I must say. Didn't know what to expect, but I'm so pleased.
When you look at his record, it doesn't tell a true story. I know he's only won twice for you guys thus far, but he's a fairly consistent horse.
I think so. I think he's had a lot of bad luck. And now being able to get out like he did on the straight was fantastic.
Okay, Nathan has done a wonderful job for you guys.
He's just fantastic. Can't say enough about him.
Do you go and visit your horses much
All
at some
the time, Saturday, every Saturday.
Love it.
Yes.
Ted, last word from you. He's done you proud today?
Absolutely. We actually, as a point on his size, we measured him yesterday. He's 17.2.
Yes.
So that's pretty big. Yeah.
And from all the horses that you train, I mean, he's obviously the biggest.
Yeah.
Owned, sorry.
Yeah. Well, we've got another one at 16.3, Merlin from Berlin. So we got a few big ones in there, and I like them big, I must admit. Yeah.
And this fellow, what's your thoughts on distance?
Well, he should easily do 3.2, and he won very nicely today. Great ride by Muzi, beautifully prepared by Nathan. And as you saw from Sporting Post, he's or Computer Form, sorry, he's never far away. I think the most he's ever been beaten was 4 lengths, but he's been caught at the back sometimes and things like that. He's met heavy traffic, and yeah, he had a wonderful ride today.
This course seemed to have suited him as well, Ted.
Yeah, we thought the extra length would on the run-in, because obviously Greyville is quite tight and short in comparison, so today was much better.
Well, you guys have made the trip down and he's rewarded you, so all the best to them.
Thanks very much, Dees. Wonderful day.
Well done to Ted and Ruth Hughes. A wonderful day, as they mentioned. Well, how can it not be when your horse has won? Number 10, Payback the Money, has come through to win race number 5. 10, 3, 7, and 4 is the way they cross the line, and that's a wrap of race 5.